When you think of Massachusetts high school football coaching families, you think of the Colombos in Brockton, Armin and Peter, John Lee from Walpole, and his son Brian, currently at King Philip, and of course Kenny LaChapelle at Northbridge, and others. But on the North Shore, there's a football coaching tree that is unmatched. A total of 104 seasons and 644 wins and counting. And this family legacy is being carried on currently in North Andover.
We won the special teams, we won the defense, and we won the offense. That's a great team.
The current head football coach at North Andover High School has been there for 5 years, but he is a football lifer.
We wipe the slate clean every single year, whether you're 1-9 or 9-1.
Coach D was born to be a football coach. For example, he's mastered the Bill Belichick rule: always praise your opponents.
Well, they're only good at 3 things. Unfortunately, it's offense, defense, and special teams. But
Coach D has the respect of his fellow coaches.
He does a real good job. They come out in multiple sets on offense, which is really, really tough, I think, for high school kids to do, to be able to adapt.
And the respect of his players.
Every single player on this team looks at Coach as someone they can look up to and a role model, really.
He's a super nice guy. He's always there if you need to talk, and he's very passionate about football.
And that passion comes from his name.
John Dubzinski.
The Dubzinski name is Massachusetts high school football royalty, and it goes back a long, long way. To 1936 Gardner High School graduate Walter Dubzinski Sr., who went on to play center for the greatest team in Boston college football history, Frank Leahy's 1940 undefeated national championship Eagles. In 1946, Walter returned to Gardner to teach and coach high school football for the next 20 years, amassing 130 wins, a .734 winning percentage, and 6 different state titles. Walter had 2 sons, Walter Jr. and John Dubzinski, both following in their dad's footsteps. In 1966, the year after his dad retired at Gardner, Walter Jr. became an assistant coach there, which began a 48-year coaching journey where he spent 10 years leading Lunenburg and 28 years back where it all started at Gardner. 242 wins and 7 Super Bowl appearances later, Walter Jr., just like his dad, inducted into the Massachusetts High School Football Coaches Hall of Fame. Walter's brother John, also a Hall of Famer. 35 years coaching at Fitchburg and Leominster. Many headline wins, 214 overall, 10 Super Bowl appearances, and 5 state titles, including the '97 Leominster championship team, whose offensive line included John Dubzinski Jr.
he was my coach, and he was a great guy. He treated me just like anybody else. He ran a great program. It was a great memory for me.
And the Dubzinski football family memories continue, with John Dubzinski Sr. right behind his son every step of the way, as part of the North Andover coaching staff.
It's awesome. It's awesome just to see the whole family. They love football, and they pass that love onto the team, and it shows.
Oh, it's really cool to see, the lineage going down, see how football runs in the family. It's really cool to see.
Was there a time that you knew early on that he might want to be a coach?
He came with me most of the time when he was since about 5 or 6 years old. My wife used to say, make sure he doesn't get lost and bring him home in one piece. So we always did.
Did you want to be a high school coach?
Right off the bat, I thought it was
Did
the
you
coolest
really?
thing. In 1988, I was 8 years old, and my father's in Leominster. They played Brockton. Brockton was the #1 team in the country, and they won. And it doesn't get any better than that. You're on TV, and this is cool. I want to be a part of this. So right off the bat, that's what I wanted to do.
And John Jr. is honoring the Dubzinski legacy the best way he can by winning. Last year being recognized by the New England Patriots as their Coach of the Year, as his Scarlet Knights finished a perfect 12-0 season by winning the Division II Super Bowl over King Philip, who happened to be coached by Brian Lee, son of John Lee, the legend from Walpole and one of Massachusetts' greatest high school coaches ever.
John Lee was when I was kind of coming up through the ranks a little bit, he was the
Bear Bryant.
He was the man. He was the man in Massachusetts high school football.
The Lee family legacy is amazing, and so is the Dubzinskis, because the old school values have been passed on and will never die. What did you learn from your father, the football coach?
You win with people. You win with people.
That's the most important thing. I mean, the wins and the losses, they're going to come and go. But if you have the kids, overcome some obstacles and things like that, make them better young men. 1, 2, 3.
The The Dubzinski tree has some more branches. John's cousins, Mike, Stephen, and Kathy, have all coached, taught, or been involved in high school administration. By the way, John and his wife, Allie, have 2 kids, 6-year-old James, 2-year-old Anna. John says it would be a dream come true if they become coaches, but right now, the Dubzinskis are just trying to get through kindergarten.